Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Big woke Clarissa Shields, a.k.a. Jabberjaw. She just won't stop. Been talking about Leila Ali for quite some time. I've done videos on it. Leila Ali has done 2 videos on it. But she had a lot of people supporting her initially. Even Terence Crawford was supporting her, Clarissa Shields. But I tell you what, even he's come out and has spoken against what Clarissa's been doing. But as far as Leila Ali, she ain't got time for the BS. Because I even asked her, man, after the last time Clarissa really went out here and disrespected her, Leila didn't have much to say.
And uplift women's boxing and help, shine light on a lot of the girls in the sport. And just the comments, I've seen some of the comments because I've listened to your show. I've had people say, you got to listen to this show. Back before you even talking about me, I was like, man, he really knows his stuff, and I've seen how the show has evolved, and I've seen some of the comments, and I just want to tell everybody, I appreciate them and thank you.
All right, but I appreciate that feedback. So one more thing, there's a gentleman here whose wife is in the hospital. Her name's Lisa. She's a big fan of yours. He was hoping that you could just give her a shout out, say hello, Lisa. That would make her day. She's in the hospital right now.
Hello, Lisa. I'm sending you positive healing vibes. I know that you are going to be restored back to your best self. So hang in there and keep a positive mind.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, last question. What's up with the GWOAT? The GWOAT. She went on the Breakfast Club. Anything you want to say about that? Because I know you ain't into all the drama, but I gotta ask.
Man, that's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
I really said what needed to be said.
Mm-hmm.
In my videos, I knew that more would probably be said, and I think I covered everything. And I truly believe that when somebody shows you who they are, you just pretty much believe them the first time, like Maya Angelou said. There's really not anything else to say other than that.
Right. Okay, perfect. Now, that just lets you know where Leila Ali, where she is on Clarissa Shields. She doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? She does not care about any drama. She don't care about what she has to say. Leila Ali is out here up and away. She's releasing books. She's out here going to different events, uplifting the youth, uplifting adults, being a philanthropist. Everyone knows she's selling that seasoning, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, for those y'all out there who may be interested in that seasoning, let me see something here. See if I got it right here. Anyway, you can go to shop.leilaali.com. You can get all the seasoning and everything that you want. Here it is right here. Let me show you. So let me expand this for you. So if you go right there, shop.leilaali.com and use the code HoodChamp15, you get your discount, okay? Now, where we're at here, Terence Crawford. This man's come out here and he told Clarissa Shields, leave Leila Ali alone. Now, that speaks volumes because before Crawford was talking shit too. You know what I'm saying? Saying, that basically that, Leila Ali, why can't, and I'm paraphrasing, almost like, well, why can't somebody say something about Leila? He wasn't disrespectful at all. But he was just like, yeah, they're basically like they're fighters, let them go at it. But now he's come out here, man, and he's saying, look, and I think it's because Crawford's retired now, and maybe he's looking and saying, damn, man, these people are doing me a kind of way. I'm retired now, just trying to mind my business, do my thing, and people are still coming at me, and maybe Crawford's looking and saying, damn, I wonder if this is how Leila Ali felt, So he said that Leila Ali paved the way. You know what I'm saying? For the first women's boxing Olympian. And he said, Clarissa Shields, you got to let them hopes go. Because everybody, most of these guys who do these podcasts especially these rappers who start doing these podcasts, they don't know a fucking thing about boxing. Nothing. That's why they come out here and they keep asking the same old stupid ass questions. That shit is old news, Clarissa and Leila Ali, and the possibility of them fighting. But these guys start doing these podcasts and they don't know a goddamn thing about the sport. So they ask stupid questions that they heard somebody else talk about, but they don't really know the real deal. Now, one thing about Crawford, he retired, man, 42-0. You know what I'm saying? And when you listen to him, you could tell that he don't like the idea of Clarissa being attached to Leila Ali in a negative way. Now, this is just how I interpret it. Listening to them, like he really wants her to be seen more positive now. But I think even Crawford realizes Clarissa Shields has gone way too negative. You know what I'm saying? When he comes out here and he says Laila paved the way for Clarissa to be who she is today, and now you got to pay homage to those athletes and fighters that work tremendously hard to make a name for women, the sport of women's boxing. That is 100% correct. We all know Leila Ali is Muhammad Ali's daughter. She retired in 2007, 24-0 with 21 knockouts. To be honest with you, I really think you could say Leila Ali is no longer 24 wins, 0 losses, 21 knockouts. I think she has gained a win and a knockout this year that makes her 25 wins, 0 losses with 22 knockouts, because this year, without even getting back in the ring, she knocked Clarissa Shields' ass out with them videos she dropped and the way she's handled her. So Leila Ali, without even getting in the ring, has got herself another win and a vicious knockout. Matter of fact, she's the first one to get a win over the GOAT. But that's important to understand. See, Terence Crawford knows what it takes to retire and be in demand. Undefeated, all them damn undisputed distinctions. He knows what it's like. And he knows what is the importance of attitude. And for people to still want you to come back. He knows, he's watching Clarissa Shields. I know he sees like, man, she had it. But I don't know what he tells her. He seems to be a real one. But I'm sure even he probably saying to himself, this girl throwing it away. She's throwing it away. Her champion was right. All that talent, but it's gone too negative. She's doing too much now. From showing off her body, everything else. Matter of fact, let me show y'all something. Because I saw it and it tripped me out. You know, it really tripped me out. Now, let me show y'all something here. Clarissa has these images circulating on the internet, right? Nothing wrong. She want to be a sex symbol. But you look and see she has this see-through stuff. And that's what tripped me out. She got her nipples and shit exposed in these things. Now, look, I ain't trying to tell a woman what she should and shouldn't wear. But when I look at this image, I just don't understand what Clarissa Shields is thinking about. You know what I'm saying? She want to be a sex symbol. Okay. You got this stuff on. You don't have no drawers on. You're just naked. You're naked. And you're covered up with this outfit. Okay. You want to be a sex symbol. You want to feel sexy. You want to feel pretty. I get it. But this right here is not making anybody look at you in a more positive light. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get off of this right here. I'm just showing you what she got out there. She bugging, man. So how you want to? What would make her? So Crawford is right, man. You look at the women who came before her. I'm not saying there aren't women who wanted to feel sexy and look sexy, but man, Clarissa's already come out here and showed off her yoo-hoo on Instagram. Now she's showing off her breasts. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she need to just stop, because there's no comparison when it comes to Leila Ali, Christy Martin, Ann Wolfe, even the women right now, Serrano, Katie Taylor, Alicia Baumgardner, all of them, every woman out here. There's no comparison. And Caroline DeBar sure as hell ain't no mini GOAT. Caroline DeBar's in her own lane. None of them women want to be the GOAT. She out of control, man. And that's why I agree with Crawford when he says boxers like Leila Ali and Christy Martin shouldn't be discredited. The female boxing field will evolve way past Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields think it can't get no bigger and better than her. It already is bigger than Clarissa Shields. It already is better than Clarissa Shields. You know why? Because of attitude. People think Clarissa, she got talking about, I make more than $2 million. I make so much more per fight. Who, what, when, where, why, how? Out here on the Ariel Helwani show lying. And someone said, well, how do you know that for a fact, Hood? I'll tell you this. I don't know that for a fact. But I'm a common sense man. And there's certain things that we talk about on the live that convince me that she ain't making no 2 million or 3 million or nothing more fight. But at the end of the day, you look at these other women out here, they have a different type of wealth. One, I think they're making good money anyway, but they have a different type of wealth. You know what I mean? They have respect. Clarissa doesn't have that. But you can understand. And I think that's why Crawford came out and he finally said something. You know, leave that shit alone. You know what I mean? Look, back in the day, Leila Ali was the highest paid female boxer. Now, Clarissa, according to her, is the highest paid female boxer. But before her, they try to say it was Amanda Serrano. Look, I'm going to tell you that I don't know if Clarissa's making all that money. I don't think so. It doesn't make sense at all. Now, what I would like to see is Clarissa to come out and show what she's making and prove it. She's so quick to talk about everything, but then they keep wanting to dig at Amanda Serrano and MVP. You know, every chance she gets, she want to say something about MVP and Jake Paul and Amanda Serrano and all. You know what? Why don't they come out here and show what the women, what Clarissa's got paid for her last 4 fights and show what Amanda Serrano got paid for her last 4 fights. And let's take a look and see what's really going on. Because you can tell Serrano don't give a shit. She's doing what she has to do. She's making her money. And she's trying to leave, you know, a very sound legacy and transition to the next part of her boxing career, which won't be inside the ring, but it'll still be attached to boxing with MVP. And MVP is up and away, but now they signed that deal with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. So you can see what Jake Paul is doing for women's boxing, and he's bringing his women along. Clarissa Shields is becoming a Nowherean. And she's become so toxic that even her big brother, what she calls her twin, Crawford's my man, please. Crawford's my twin. We twins. We twinning. He got 3 undisputed. I have 3. Well, I have 4, but I had 3. We're the only 2 to get 3, but I do have 4. Even then, she came out there and shitted on him. She can't help but just be negative, man. She ain't had to come out and say all that. All she had to say is, yeah, well, Crawford and I like twins, man. You know, I was able to get 3 undisputeds. He was able to get 3 undisputeds. And so that's my twin. But she want to come back here. But I have 4, you know. Man, please. No, I need to let y'all know. So listen to Crawford when this man speaks. You know what I'm saying? Everybody making a stance in the sport right now. All the women right now are making a stance in the sport. But back when Leila Ali was fighting and all those women were fighting during her time, they made a stance in the sport too, which has allowed these women to keep progressing and putting and growing and evolving and making the money they're making, and to continue to evolve the sport itself. If it wasn't for Leila Ali and those other pioneers, there'd be no Clarissa. And she need to stop talking about the gold medals and trying to compare what she did in the Olympics to Laila, because there was no Olympics when Leila Ali was fighting. When none of those women were fighting back then. So that shit is a moot point. Now, I do like when Crawford came out and said he wants Shields to go toe-to-toe with Michaela Mayer, who's a 3-division world champion with a record of 22-2. But the thing is this, Michaela Mayer is about to fight Chantel Cameron. And Chantel Cameron can crack. She's big, she's strong. Michaela Mayer is highly skillful. Ain't no guarantee she's going to win that fight. Michaela Mayer beat Katie Taylor. We all know Katie Taylor's a beast. So we're going to have to see how that fight goes. They're going to be fighting very soon. But nonetheless, Clarissa Shields, if she stays, she's not staying at 160, but you would think she'd want to stay there and fight the winner of Michaela Mayer and Chantel Cameron. But I don't know. But this whole thing about Clarissa Shields and out here talking about Leila Ali is hating on the youth, man, that shit right there is just crazy. Crazy. That's Clarissa doing what she said. It's just mental warfare. I'm just out here trying to land a fight. That's all. And even for me, I understand trying to get a fight, saying certain things to try to get under someone's skin. But see, Clarissa crossed the line. Disrespected Laila, disrespected Muhammad Ali. And when she did that, I did a bunch of videos, man. I was the first one popping off about that shit. But everybody now is talking, everyone has since started talking about it, and they still talk about it. Leila Ali didn't want to fight Clarissa because Leila Ali had other things going on. Why would she come back after so long and fight this woman? And there was a point before COVID, right before COVID hit, she was in serious talks about making that fight happen. And then COVID hit, and she was like, it is what it is. And then, people have families. I'm sure there were discussions with her family about what may or may not be best. People have kids and small kids and stuff. You gotta first and foremost make sure your home life is straight. So, and then people weigh out what's important to them. But the thing about Clarissa is, most people can understand wanting to fight, but disagree how you went about it. So for Leila Ali, she's like, yo, this woman disrespected me and my father. Ain't no way in the world I let you eat off me. And we all know Pat Poose was right there in the mix and shit, pushing Clarissa, say this, say that, do this, do that. We already know that. Wanted her to come out here just so he can get some money. All of them looking crazy at that fake ass announcement. Tried to bait Leila Ali out of retirement. And Leila Ali's a prideful person. You better believe she thought about it. But I think Leila did the right thing. Do not reward her with anything at all. So you sit back and see what direction Clarissa Shields' career is going to go. Now, I'm telling you right now, I don't think Clarissa's going to be up and away. When you got Terence Crawford saying something, and he's still down with Clarissa Shields, but even he can see this is crazy. You know what I mean? To see Clarissa Shields, the direction she was going, and to see where she's at now. A blind man can see it. You know what I mean? Everyone knew dissing Leila Ali was a mistake. Dissing Alicia was a mistake. Hitting her was a mistake. Dissing Serrano, Katie Taylor, every female. Look, Clarissa has disrespected every single female. And this shit about Caroline Dubois. Look, man, blind man can see what she's doing. She don't care about no Caroline Dubois. Have they known each other for a long time? Yes, they've known each other for a long time. But deep down in her heart, she don't give a shit about Caroline Dubois. And I'm going to be real with you. When she looks at Caroline Dubois, this is what I think. I think she sees a girl a woman who's, a black woman like her, who maybe Clarissa feels isn't that attractive, even though I think Caroline Dubois is very attractive. There's a lot of things about women that I find attractive. It's not just the physical, it's other things. Clarissa has none of what I find attractive because everything about her is just negative. But for Caroline, I think she's beautiful. But I think Clarissa may look and think, oh, she's brown skinned like me. She's not all that attractive. She needs to glow up. And I like her because she's not a threat. She's not light skinned. She sees her and feels that maybe that they can have this kind of connection. And oh, now Alicia Baumgart, I don't like her, so I'm going to push for Alicia to fight Caroline Dubois. But basically, she's just trying to use Caroline Dubois to get underneath Alicia Baumgartner's skin. Blind man can see that. You know what I mean? That's elementary school recess bullshit. That's all that is. So it's just hard for anyone. Like, it really is hard for anyone to even like this, to like Clarissa Shields. When you're naturally a person who's accepting of others and stuff like that, you tend to find yourself wanting to just accept Clarissa for who she is. But when you think about all the destruction she's caused, well, I'll put it this way. You can understand why even Crawford will come out and say what he's saying now, like, just leave, just stop. Because Clarissa's out here slamming Jake Paul at MVP still, talking about she ain't banned. She is banned. Going on that show again, talking about I ain't banned, I go over. She's banned. They don't want her at no MVP events. She can't go there. It'd be funny to see her try to go there. She get hit, and I'm sure they'll trespass her and put her ass in jail. So Clarissa better be careful. She's going up against the machine. This is rage against the machine right here. Woke rage against the machine. And she's not going to win. Accusing Jake Paul and MVP of hypocrisy while revisiting past criticism surrounding her MMA loss and ongoing tensions with Alicia Baumgartner. She just can't leave stuff alone, man. Talking about people are lying on me, said I made fun of some of Shadacia's brain bleed. Man, nobody said that. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about, well, they celebrated me losing a split decision MMA fight while I had a concussion. Man, Clarissa, shut up. Shut up, man. This is why people don't like this woman, man. Trying to always make it about her. People lying on me saying I made fun of someone who had a brain bleed. Talking about Shadacia. Let's talk about Jake Paul celebrating me losing a split decision MMA fight and I had a concussion fighting. There ain't no comparison. And everyone's going to make fun of your ass because you make fun of everyone. You disrespect everyone. I just can't believe she had the audacity to put that crap out there. I'm like, yo, she just won't stop, man. It's crazy. You don't come playing victim with us. I literally had 8 stitches taken out my head 2 weeks before the fight. How soon do we forget? Because no one cares. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Let me show y'all this thing I'm reading, man. Make it a little bit smaller. Here it is right here. People lying on me saying I made fun of someone who had a brain bleed. How soon do we forget? And not Jake Paul calling one of his fighters the GOAT. Take the heels off, Jake. I love karma too. That's why Anthony Joshua wired your jaw. Karma. You see? That is Clarissa Shields. That is Clarissa Shields. Look at her here. Truth hurts, but it's necessary. Clarissa Shields is a loser in MMA and even more so with her prima donna attitude. The fake always get exposed. Losses come with anger and hate take over. Just ask Rousey McGregor. She spent more time berating Jake Paul than learning jiu-jitsu. She's never a big draw, and unfortunately for her, she never will be. Amanda Serrano's the GOAT. 30 KOs, 42 fights, 2-0 in MMA. Both wins by submission. Congrats, Abigail Montez on the win. Well, the thing is, they ain't lying. And this image of Clarissa Shields, I tell you what, that don't look like this. How do you go from this right here? What happened here? What happened here? You see, this is why people are watching and they're saying, yo, this is crazy. I'll be honest with you, this don't look like the same person to me. Anyway, Clarissa Shields, hang it up. Stop disrespecting people. Stop. And as far as Amanda Serrano, what's wrong with calling her the greatest woman of all time? When you really sit back and break down Amanda Serrano's resume, she can, it's a self-proclaimed title. She can call herself the greatest woman of all time. Katie Taylor can definitely call herself the greatest woman of all time, and Clarissa Shields can call herself the greatest woman of all time. It's not a fact. It's an opinion. You got some of these dudes out here, the way the times are right now, you got guys out here calling themselves the greatest woman of all time. You know, shit done got weird out here, but anyway, y'all keep cool. Terence Crawford ain't playing around. He ain't got time for the bull crap, man. He watching Clarissa. He's gonna support her, but he's gonna, tell her when she's wrong. That's called that tough love. You know what I'm saying? And she needed to stop doing all these crazy ass posts. Like this one she posted. Y'all tried to sign me, I declined. She says you cannot ban. First of all, cannot. She need to put that together. You cannot ban me from a place I didn't want to be. I can go fight anywhere in the world tomorrow. She just, she needs somebody to just help her to stay the hell off the internet. So anyone who think this weak ass ban, she should be hyphenating all that. Matters, it don't. Those false statements will be addressed too. Y'all fighter threatening. Y'all fighter threatening. Oh, Lord have mercy, man. It's just never a dull day when it comes to Clarissa Shields and the attention that she gives us all, the entertainment that she gives us all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all fighter threatening me and then playing victim is insane. MVP, y'all lying on me is nothing new. Since you guys came out the gate, nothing but disrespect, calling y'all fighters a real goat, overlooking my accomplishments, trying to erase my hard work in women's boxing, and constantly trying to assassinate my character with lies. Oh my God. Anyway, the Leila Ali fallout. You see, now you got everybody talking about stuff that happened a while ago, and people again looking at all the chaos that she's caused, and those who weren't aware of what Clarissa may have said about Leila Ali, now they're out here digging to see, well, what exactly happened for someone like Terence Crawford to come out and say what he said. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Y'all, I'm in the breeze.